we're going to follow the steps for solving an equation. So the first step is to do the distributive property. And if you notice on the left-hand side, I have don't call me after midnight. That can help you to remember the steps in solving an equation. So the first step is distribute. So we're going to look at that D. And we're going to distribute to get rid of those parentheses, which means I'm going to multiply. Notice the multiplication sign. The first step is to look for parentheses. You're going to multiply 2 times x, which should give you 2x. And then I want you to be paying attention to the sign that's with the 4. So it's 2 times -4, which is -8. A lot of kids get confused right there. And nothing else changes. We don't distribute to the 6x because it's not in the parentheses. So now we're ready for our next step, which is C, which is combining like terms on the same side of the equal sign. That's important because we can't combine across an equal sign. So again, I'll look to the left-hand side and see what I can combine. And you'll notice that the 2 and the 6 both have an x and they don't have exponents or anything on it. So we can combine those 2 together. And when we combine them, we're going to get 8x because +2 and +6 is 8x. And on this side, on the right-hand side, there's nothing to combine. We can't combine the 4x with the 28 because they don't have, one of them has a variable and the other one does not. So we're going to just leave it as it is and rewrite it. That was combining like terms. The next step, M, that means move the variable from one side to the other. If I want to, I can move the 4x over here, or I can move the 8x over here. For me, I like to keep my variable positive. So in order to do that, I'm going to move the 4x to the left-hand side by subtracting it. Notice that when we're moving variables, it's only through addition or subtraction. And if I subtract on one side of the equal sign, I have to subtract on the other to keep my equation in balance. So here I have 4x minus 4x. That just leaves me with 0. That cancels out completely. I have 4 x-rays minus 4 x-rays, nothing's left. I just have now the -28 on that side of the equal sign. Over here, if I have 8 x-rays minus 4 x-rays, I just have 4 x-rays. That's my next step. So the A means to add or subtract the constant, or what I call the lonely guy. The lonely guy is on the side with the variable, but he's not with the variable. So if I look at the -28, he's not on the side with the variable. I don't care about him. I only care about the number that's next to the variable because I want to get the variable alone. So in this case, it's -8. So to get rid of a -8 or to zero it out, I need to add 8 to both sides. I'm going to add 8 to both sides. Notice here, again, when we're moving something from side to side, it's addition or subtraction. And +8 and -8 are going to zero out again. And I'm just left with 4x. And on this side, -28 plus 8 is -20. And then we're going to move to our last step, which is the M, which means multiply or divide to get the variable alone. I'm going to look and see what's happening with my variable. So my variable is being multiplied by 4. So to get rid of it, I'm going to do the opposite, which is divide by 4. If it was multiplied by -4, I would divide both sides by -4. So in this case, 4 divided by 4 is 1. So I'm left with 1x. That's what I'm trying to find the value of. How much is 1x? And -20 divided by 4 is -5. So the value of 1x is -5.